The crew's unwavering quest takes them to the fabled Chapel Vault, a secret room thought to hold priceless jewels or long-lost historical items in the most recent leaked episode of Oak Island's 12th season. But tragedy. The team is ready to go farther than ever before, using a huge steel casing and an enormous watertight chamber made to withstand the pressure and dangers of underground excavation, and lurks in the island's ancient defenses, ready to strike back with cutting-edge technology and resolve. With a diamond found on Lot 5, the search has been rocked by a finding that leaves more questions than answers and suggests a relationship to a powerful and wealthy person. Though history indicates that Oak Island does not readily reveal its secrets, possibilities include Whispers of the Knights, Temple of the Freemasons, and infamous pirates who may have long concealed their wealth. The team's advanced equipment may finally give them the advantage. As the excavation enters its most crucial stage, the tension is at an all-time high, but the team is more focused than ever, and discoveries are coming in at an unprecedented rate. In this gripping video, viewers can see the Lagena brothers and their team working to drain the swamp, investigate the enigmatic boulder pathway, and discover revolutionary A collection of treasures was found in the Money Pit on Oak Island. For more than 200 years, hunters had been looking for something unique. They discovered odd symbols on a stone, pieces of bone, and a red cross that alluded to a treasure connected to the Knight's Temple. Despite draining the swamp a week prior, the team encountered obstacles like sticks and mud when they found a large stone area created by people near the swamp's eye and boulders that appeared to be uncovered stones. Dr. Ian Spooner, an expert in rocks and soil, thought the swamp was created by humans long ago. The team also found large rocks that resembled those found in Nolan's Cross and blue clay on them. The team then proceeded to investigate further 1,000 meters away in Traverse City, after Dr. Spooner suggested that the stones might have been placed there on purpose. They had a crucial conversation with Mark Monahan of Irving Equipment Limited regarding the steel coffer dam near Smith's Cove. The government permit for the dam was about to expire, so the team needed to move quickly to remove it and adhere to environmental regulations. The team is committed to finding a boat in Smith's Cove and safely removing the dam because time is running out, and they want to make it all work out and discover the hidden treasure. Two team members, Rick and Billy, were going on an adventure to discover the secrets hidden beneath Oak Island. They were assigned to find a tunnel that brought seawater into the Money Pit, a location where they had found numerous old wooden structures. They weren't sure if they were dealing with a tunnel or a wall, but as they dug deeper, they came across a sturdy wall that didn't look like a typical tunnel. Intrigued, they decided to investigate further, and they discovered a wooden shaft that added a new twist to their search for treasure. Peter Brunetti and Alex Lagena were searching the Uplands region for information regarding D. One of the first people to find the Money Pit was Daniel McInnes. In 1795, when exploring the Uplands, they came across a building with a wall but no windows, which they believed to be a clue to the Mrs. family's secrets. In the war room, friends Rick Lagena and Gary Drayton find an LED artifact near the Money Pit area. Test results using a laser. Uncovering the legendary treasure that Oak Island is said to hold is the objective of the squad this time. During their exploration of Smith's Cave, they come across an empty spot at a height of precisely 90 feet. Within this space, they find an ancient, deteriorating ladder that vanishes into the shadows of a tunnel beneath the sea. They feel that this ladder is either a relic from previous hunters or a warning of a curse. According to the legends of the island, there is a chilling story about lives that were lost and the necessity of claiming the riches. As they continue to dig deeper, they discover a target bore hole with a comma of 111.5, which they believe to be the key to the treasure. Marty, who had previously been there, finds an ancient ladder hand-carved by someone. The drill screams against the earth, inch by inch, biting through dirt rock, and whatever secrets lay below as they drill deeper, they find an open space with silence falling over the team they have just punched through into something. A chamber or tunnel. And it is unknown. What it is, they fill a tube with the unknown, which they believe is part of something bigger. They crack open the tube, finding gold in the wood. The team is on the right track and they map out 12 more boreholes, each one a different type of treasure. As the quest for the treasure proceeds, the team remains resolute in their endeavor to unearth the riches that has been concealed on Oak Island. Together, Rick and Peter Romke make up a treasure team. On Oak Island, a group of hunters unearths a mystery treasure. They find a stone wall, a well that is filled with shattered crockery, and a formation known as the quadrilateral. Additionally, they find gold in the water. Sparks has high hopes that there are additional mysteries concealed within the depths of Oak Island. As they continue their exploration, they come across an old ladder that leads into a dark tunnel beneath the water. This could be a clue from treasure hunters from a long time ago, or it could be something more local. Legends have whispered about a curse that had taken lives before saying that it was found. It would take the death of one more person before the wealth could be discovered. The crew is eager to confront the obstacles that lie ahead, and they are especially interested in a location that has been identified by specialists. It is suggested by Dr. Spooner and Dr. Michelle that the wealth might be concealed within a particular region known as the Blob, which is located to the west of the garden shaft. With a map in hand, the specialists restricted the search to a smaller area that they named the Baby Blob. They thought that a tunnel that was 95 feet below the ground may lead directly to the treasure. At the same time, the drilling rig was getting ready to dig into Borley DN 111.5, Now that they are finally on the edge of discovering anything beneath the island, everyone's enthusiasm is building up with anticipation. While Marty is getting ready to investigate the garden shaft, the historian of Charles Oak Island is in charge of the drilling. They are removing mounds of dirt and water from the ancient shaft and reinforcing it with wood. With each step, they are getting closer and closer to discovering more clues about the buried past of the island. They have been drilling down a rig and have discovered an open space 90 feet below the surface. The discovery aligns with other B-holes that they had drilled nearby, and they are now unsure of what they have found. The team is searching for a hidden treasure on Oak Island, which is a mysterious island known as Oak Island in the Bahamas. A core sample of wood was collected, and the team is interested to see if it is a portion of a tunnel or if it is an ancient treasure chest. The team is now certain that they are on the correct path to getting to the bottom of the mystery surrounding Oak Island. In order to locate indications of human activity, such as tunnels or artifacts that have been concealed, the team intends to drill 12 more boreholes. In addition to this, they found an old stone wall on Lot 26, which may provide an additional piece of the puzzle. Fred Nolan, a surveyor on the island, has made a number of significant discoveries, one of which is a massive cross-shaped formation known as Nolan's Cross. Together, the team is exploring the history of the island, which includes an old well that is filled with broken pottery. They are now more confident that they are on the because they needed to get better at it first before moving the business. The team was eager to start sluicing, but first, they had to make some strategic choices. There was a lot of tension in the gold mining business because Tico, who was making efforts to make things run more smoothly, set a hard goal. As the order echoed through the mining site, the story unfolded quickly. Tico wanted the plant to begin buzzing before morning. The attention then turned to Tyson, whose scary job it was to move Slucifer around on a pole that wasn't stable. Tyson had to make up Slucifer out of a leaning stick he had lying around. The language used made it clear that the business was sloppy and rushed, even if no one knew how to make learning staff. Putting pressure on Tyson became an important part of the story, a major source of tension that gave the story more depth. To move the Slucifer, you had to have a steady hand and a lot of skill that you learned over time. Tyson had to deal with a lack of experienced hands while working on a tough job. Alec and Liam helped out the last time, and it looked like they were going to drag Lucifer while Evan Kurtz, who was just an operator and didn't know how to move a wash plant, moved Lucifer. The moving of the wash plant was complicated by the fact that parts had to be slung up to the Slucifer and then pulled down to the new pad by the 750. The main reason it was hard to do was because changing wash plants was hard to do when there were already few hands available. As Tyson and Evan took on the job of moving the pieces of Slucifer to its new location, the story took an interesting turn. It wasn't just a jump that was being planned, it was a symbolic risk in the dangerous world of gold mining. Once Slucifer was taken apart piece by piece, sharing could be seen as both a risky move and a game of chance. People who watched this story grow as a dynamic journey had to think about what would happen with the operation and the luck that was going on at the same time. Everything that was done in the world of gold mining had the power to change the whole course of the season, even Slucifer's seemingly random jump. The 45-ton wash plant, Slucifer, that held the promise of $364,000 in gold hung over their heads. Tyson and his team had to carefully move Slucifer so that the process would go as planned. To get to its new wash plant pad, Slucifer had to go up a steep ramp, which was hard to do because of the environment. Tyson used the 750 excavator, which was the best one on site at the time, to help carry the heavy Lucifer up the hill because he knew it was a period piece. As the story goes on, there is an amazing scene of bravery as they try to get around their opponent. But behind it all is the dangerous operation. The shot was tense because of the way the land was angled and how rude the Washington plant was. The wash plant started to slowly but surely rise because Tyson knew how to use everything he had at the time in a strategic way. From the first few steps toward the wash plant, you could feel the stress in the story, and Tyson's main point made the already difficult task even harder. He said that his bucket would be used as a small wrench. He talked about how you need to be able to adapt and be creative when you run into problems you didn't expect. At this point, everyone is almost in pain from the fight and can feel the strain of the hard mental and physical work that needs to be done to get the Slucifer where it needs to be. Tyson's smart use of the bucket as a makeshift crowbar showed how important it was to be able to think quickly and change to survive in the unpredictable world of gold mining. So the operation as a whole relied on the team, and how well they did in this last stage was crucial to achieving the overall goal of a successful season in the Dominion. If this last step is completed successfully, not only will the difficult task be over, but Parker Schnabel will also have the chance to reach his big season goal. The team's ability to deal with the difficulty of this important configuration determined whether the whole operation succeeded or failed. As soon as the work was done, the wash plant set firmly on the pad, giving everyone a sense of readiness and accomplishment.